Hi guys, it's Anita and I am here to do a quick video of a project that I completed for a swap on Crafters with Artitude. It was the Altered Egg Carton swap and my partner was Faye. So I'm finally done. I want to get the video done before I mail it because sometimes I forget to do the video and I'm not able to show what I did. So this is my egg carton. It started off as one of these just the craft paper from Hobby Lobby. I altered that. This is the one that I originally started, but I didn't like it enough to use it as one for my swap partners, so I'm going to finish it and use it for myself. And I'll probably use it as a piece of decor in my house. It's not going to be Easter. It'll more than likely just be spring vintagey look. So I'm going to finish this up. But this is mine. I used this fabric to cover it, and this is fabric that I had purchased to do another project. However, once I started, I didn't like the way it looked, so I scrapped that project, and this is, I still have a lot of this left over. So I used this. I used some trim that I had in my stash. The flowers on here are I Am Roses. The stamens are just something that I had in my stash. I put some this is not tulle, but I forget what it's called. But I put some of that in here. I used some feathers from a boa that I had. The leaf is from I Am Roses. The green stuff that you see right here is from Michael's. They had it during Christmas time and I used it on another project. It's just so much of it that I try to use it whenever I can. The image is from, there's a glue string, I apologize. The image is from Pinterest, and what I did is I used just some glitter around the edges of it, and on the flowers you probably can't see it, but I used an iridescent matte medium, and I don't think you can tell, but the flowers, the darkest parts are where I put the iridescent medium on there to kind of give it some dimension, some movement to it. And what else did I put on here? You'll notice that there's flowers tucked all around. I also used some of the gold, the little gold filler stuff that I had. I used some cheesecloth on here. I also covered on the sides. I used some trim that I've had for quite a while. I got it from Joann's. You know, like when they have the clearance and you can buy the whole bolt of it. So I'm finally down to just a little bit left, but I like it on here, if you can hear it jingling. And the bottom of mine, it normally looks like this, but I wanted it to have a complete bottom surface, so I covered the bottom of mine, but I'm not going to turn it over, otherwise everything inside is going to spill and make a mess. Another thing I did is when I open mine, it's not going to have these two peaks on here, because I will show you why. I ended up trimming them off. So mine is really chunky. When I put the fabric on the inside, I covered up the hole. I didn't want a hole in mine, but if you look right here compared to this one, I end up cutting it off, because when I made a faux pocket right here. When I did that and I put my items in the back, it was poking and I didn't like that. So what I did is I trimmed them off and I covered them with some grass, so you can't see the rough edge on there. But the inside of mine is, it has another, this grass gets everywhere, another printable, and I glittered it. I used a matte medium on there and put the glitter on. It has an I Am Roses flower, another feather, and some cheesecloth in there. And the flowers that I took out, I wanted to put them in I have a little small glass bottle, but even in here it was too tall, so I just stuck the flowers in here for her. And if I didn't say, my partner is Faye, so I hope she likes the swap that she receives and that she's able to use some of these goodies that I put in here for her. So mine, these are just some little items that I stuck in here. This is the only thing that I made that's inside the container. I am sending her other goodies, but they're not going to fit in here. So this is the egg that I made. I'll show you that it opens. And I just stuck an applique in there. And what I did is I used this tissue paper. This is like when you put a gift in the gift box and you just cover the gift with that. So I tore that in little strips, and I used some just regular Elmer's glue and glued it on. Once it was all dry, I used some gesso and kind of whitewashed it just a little bit, and then I rubbed some of it off because I didn't want the whole thing to be covered. Once the gesso was dry, I took some glitter that I got from not Joann's, I apologize, from Target, and I sprinkled that on there. I also used the Lindy Stamp Gang, I'm almost out of this too, Sunset Pink, and I just kind of sprayed it a little bit. So that's how I did the egg. And I'm sorry, I also used some trim and some bling mesh on there. So another thing I did is in between the grass, this trim that you see right here is kind of woven through the grass. I just kind of lifted it up and wrapped it around and just stuck it in there. So these are some of the things that I included in my swap. Just some things that I had in my stash. And I will be wrapping up everything for her and getting it mailed off. So Faye, when you receive this, I hope you like everything that you receive, and I hope that you can actually use them. And I enjoyed this swap very much. I enjoyed making it. This is my first time making an Altered Egg Carton. So Crafters with Artitude, thank you for hosting it. And I think I'm going to take a break from swaps. I have a few projects that I would like to do for myself, just to kind of use up some of my stash. But yeah, that was it. So guys, like the video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.